everybody. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Thank you so much for coming to League Wide Wednesdays. Much appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for coming through. Wow. I don't know what just happened. How you doing, Color? It's Miss Phins. I'm Miss Phins.
I'm
This is
pretty
my
good, pretty
co-host.
good.
Good to hear that, sir. Good to hear that. Man, what a wild weekend, right? What a wild weekend. I'm not gonna
Well,
lie, I
my
wasn't
pick'em
expecting.
season, like mimicked the Dolphin season. I was bad all year long, and then I just didn't do anything in the playoffs either. I think I got every game
Oh,
wrong last week.
I'll tell you this. I wasn't, I didn't know what to expect. Uh, I mean, I guess we did know what to expect, but I'm also kind of like I'm a little sad. I'm not gonna lie that the lines didn't go through, man. I'm not gonna lie, but we're gonna talk about all that. We're gonna talk about obviously Dolphin stuff. We'll talk about the whole NFL things we've heard and things like that. But ladies and gentlemen, if you could do us a favor, go ahead and hit that like button, guys. It's absolutely free and it helps out the channel so much. So I appreciate all you guys. Uh, Sorry. And then we're gonna be talking about obviously the flag football game coming up. We're very excited. Seeing how it's gonna go. So it's gonna be fun. You know what I mean? We'll go ahead and preview that. There were some changes actually, some changes that I saw, and I was like, oh snap! Did they actually like? Okay, people really are like opting out, and others are opting in, and you know what? Hey, it's a great opportunity, a little extra money. Because I don't know if fans know this, but whenever you make the postseason, you get a little bonus from the NFL. Whenever you make, each round, players get a little bit more money. When you make the Pro Bowl, you make more money. When you make the MVP, you make more money. So all of these stuff, it's more money for them. You know what I mean? For the individual player. So it's not necessarily a bad thing for them to have. So at least they get that opportunity to, get a little more money, in their pockets. What's wrong with that? Nothing. I'm all for, make your money. You know what I mean? If you can make your money, make your money. Why not? Um, but yeah, at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, we're here to discuss, and we're gonna go back like we normally do our last week's game, obviously, and then we're gonna go ahead and last week's games actually, and then we'll go ahead and actually talk about what's coming up, which would be the Pro Bowl. Shout out to Aquavision. How you doing, Raphael G man? Welcome, welcome. I threw out my stuff and stuff today. I'm officially done with the franchise. No, why didn't you just ship it to me, man? G man, get back all your dolphin stuff and ship it to me. I can give it away, man. What are you doing? No, come back. I get it though. Trust me. It's highly frustrating, but you came to the right place, guys. We will bring you back. And you don't have to worry about none of that, okay? So don't worry, I got you. Plus, awesome news, guys. I'm gonna have again. I'm gonna have Nick Needham's mom again on Friday. That's gonna be a lot of fun. So come check her out. It's gonna be great. She's gonna be back in the show on Friday. We're gonna be discussing obviously a little bit of the off season, some of the stuff that's happened, especially with Vic Fangio. She's so awesome. So we're gonna have Nick Needham's mom on Friday, guys. Come check that out. I gotta post it again and let everybody else know to come back and really enjoy that. So I think people enjoyed it, right? You got to watch it, didn't you? Color.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, absolutely. I think she's great. She was also chopping it up in chat in Stephen D's chat a few mornings ago. It was pretty fun.
Right? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. She's awesome, man.
quite insightful. Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. So I'm just blessed to be able to have her on again on Friday. So we're gonna have her back. She moved back to California because that's where they're from. I don't know if people know this. So
Oh yeah.
she'll yeah, they're from California. She'll be back on Friday. We're gonna be discussing some stuff. I've been doing some research, guys. I don't know if you guys know this. Especially with this whole Vic Fangio stuff, man, it's been so crazy. You know what I mean? I've been researching so much because I'm like, okay, it can't just be all one sided. I gotta hear more. You know what I mean? So I've been swimming through Twitter, finding so many different reports and things like that. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm getting a broader picture. I'll tell you that. Of players and the coaching staff and what they're looking for and things like that. So it's gonna be a lot of fun, and I'm sure that we'll get to discuss some of that with her as well. But Color, let's do the review from last week.
Well, before you get started, I want to say, I had gotten your, the shirt that you sent me for, winning the drawing that day, and I
Hmm.
hadn't worn it yet, but now that it's kind of gotten chilly the past couple of days, it's a long sleeve, so I figured I'd wear it, right?
Hmm.
And as was putting it on, I noticed there was like a hole in the sleeve. I was like, "Yeah, Miss Phins, what are you doing to me?" Right? So I didn't think nothing of it. It happens, right? Maybe
Hmm.
I got torn a little in shipping or whatever. But I wore it anyway, and then I realized there's a hole in the other sleeve too, right at the
The thumb part.
right at the wrist, right at the wrist. Yeah, I'm like, are these thumb holes? Are you kidding me?
Yep, they are.
Best shirt, Miss Mins. As a fellow Floridian, you can understand that is the best shirt in my whole wardrobe right now. Like you don't even realize. I'm like, are you
Stop
kidding me?
it. For
My
real?
sleeves don't ride
That's
up my
hilarious.
arms anymore. I'm like, yeah, I'm loving it. I absolutely love the shirt.
Oh man, I completely forgot that it had those holes. You know what I
I'm
mean?
like,
And I
what a
know.
novel idea. I told my mom I'm gonna poke holes in every one of my long sleeves now, and she's got to sew a little seam in every one of them, so they don't rip. I want thumb
Yeah.
holes in every one of my long sleeve shirts from now on.
Yeah, it's pretty cool because a lot of people think that we don't get cold. We get cold. It may not be negative 60 degrees, but
Oh,
it's
and
still
that
Floridian
aggravation of
cold.
your sleeves always riding up your arm, and you get that draft in there. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, what a godsend.
Well, I'm glad personally that I appreciate you appreciating what I appreciated by sending you that. So, and I still got, I think that Dean, I'm looking for Epps, man. If anybody's seen Epps, tell them to reach out to me because I got a gift for him to send him. He was our winner. Well, Mudbone was our winner. But he gave his gift to 1 2 3 4 X. So I was like, man, that this is why I love this community, man. Shout out to Mudbone. He was in the building this morning. And I'm not gonna lie, I think this morning I was a little testy. I think this morning I was just not having it. A couple people, aka mostly AB and Mudbone, got to me.
I'm gonna have
But
to go
uh
back and watch. I missed it this morning.
for the most part, man, I'm not gonna lie. It's we're humans, and again, I choose when to interact and when not to interact. I chose to interact, and it is what it is. It's still human, um, but yeah, no, I thought it was like, oh, really, just it is what it is. But at the end of the day, it's not gonna stop me. I'm still here. You know what I mean? But man, we got so much going on this off season, guys. It's a lot. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to doing more stuff, some more collabs. I'm working on trying to get a couple excuse me, people in the channel.
This is
So
invite.
uh, thank you. I know. Grazie. Or well, danke if I was gonna go German. So but
Bitte.
what? What'd you
I
say?
said bitte. I said bitte. Bitte
Oh, you're
schön.
welcome. Yeah. Um But yeah, so let's talk about this game. Man, I'm not gonna lie, I was so disappointed, yo. I was so disappointed because I was looking forward to it. I was looking forward to not seeing the stupid Kansas City Chiefs. Like, you did your job. Thank you. I appreciate you as a fellow football fan, as a fellow Dolphin fan. I am grateful that you knocked out the Buffalo Bills. Very grateful, But dang it, man, why couldn't you just die and let someone else in? But we're gonna talk about the AFC Championship and the NFC Championship. Let's start out with the NFC Championship because I feel like the AFC Championship, and I talked about it this morning, and I think that's probably why I did it. And I was smart because I'm like, well, you can take away a lot, and people don't realize how much we could take away from both championships. You know, there's so much, like so much go that went on in those two games, and I'm like, I wonder if people like really watched it through because you're a football fan, right, Color? Overall, I mean, we love football. We're gonna talk
I
about our
mean, I
teams.
try to be.
Thank you, Rafael. Appreciate you. You guys enjoy Stephen Ross and Greer and Coach. I know. Enjoy Chris Greer. Dude, listen, Miss fans, we're here for therapy. Okay, I never bought it to a jersey. Thank God.
T-shirt. That's all I went. T-shirt.
Well, I
It
bought
was a.
two.
It was a.
I bought
It
two.
was a. It was a mild 40 bucks to spend. I think it bought us the 70 points against Denver, and that
That's all
kind of
I
was
wanted.
all it
That's all I
got me.
wanted.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. It did its job. It did its job. I was able to
Hmm.
uh give it away. So hey,
It may be time to
but
put it out to pasture.
not yet. He's still QB1 until he is no longer part of the Miami Dolphins, greatest franchise of all time organization. It is what it is. But since don't hate the Chiefs because they know what
You
they're
know,
doing. You can only dream the teams were running like that. True. 100. Okay, my Dolphin hat is on. Can't stand it. I can't stand the Chiefs. They're in the AFC. They're dealing with whatever. But I understand, and I wish our team was well ran like theirs. I'm with you on that, G man. Dolphin hat off. I
well,
still
you're the
hate the
one that
Chiefs
gave.
because
You're
I
the
am a
one that.
football fan and I can't
You're the
stand
one that.
seeing them.
You're the one that gives them positive vibes every time you turn on Taylor Swift music.
Listen to me. They are not the Taylor Chiefs, okay? They are
The Swifts. The Swifts.
no the Taylor Swifts.
The
Because
Taylor Swifts. The Kansas City Taylors.
you don't understand, guys. I had welcome to League
It's
Wide
all your
Wednesdays,
fault.
ladies and gentlemen, where nothing ever goes really
It is
in
all your
order,
fault, Miss
but it's
Fins,
always
because
entertaining.
if you and your crowd
Uh,
didn't buy all that music and spend all that money, the NFL would
whatever.
not feel like they can make so much money off of her. So it's all y'all's fault.
Yeah, they almost made what, like almost what is it? Almost $400 million, if not more, almost half $1 billion
Yeah,
just by
yeah,
18 weeks.
yeah. You think she might be able to donate a game ticket to somebody? You know what I mean?
I'm sure she has.
Yeah,
I'm
all
sure
her
she has.
yeah her entourage.
Listen, I had a mortal battle with my father last night. You don't understand. It got super heated. It
I
got
mean,
like
to me, it's just
real
annoying. I don't really
heated.
care, but it's just annoying. You know what I mean?
I love my dad. You guys know this. I love both my parents. Mom, love you, mom.
Like they show
It's,
her when the Chiefs score. It don't even matter if Kelsey was in on the play or not. It's like okay, I
yeah,
get it
but she now became
if
a
you're
fan.
gonna
What's
show
wrong
her
with
if you're gonna
fans
show
can
her every
fan?
time Kelsey catches the ball, that's one thing. But now you're showing her when like Pacheco scores, and
Fans can fan.
it's
What's
like
wrong with
come
fans
on.
fanning? See,
Yeah, but
I can't, bro. Let
what
fans
makes her
fan. She's a
hold
fan
on.
too.
Right, but why aren't they panning on every single other fan in the crowd?
They do every game.
Oh come on. Right.
I've
And if one
I
of them
got
were dating
proof.
Travis Kelsey, if one of them
Fox
were dating
showed
Travis
me.
Kelsey,
I've got proof.
right, and
All was on the
if some rando was dating Travis Kelsey, they might show her once. And then it's like,
he was
okay,
dating a few
fine.
randos.
And okay, it'd be fine if they showed her every time he caught the ball or every time he made a big play. But they're showing her when other players make big plays. Like, come
What's wrong?
on.
Because now she became a Chiefs
It's
fan.
not
What's
about
wrong
her.
with
She's
that?
not the only fan in the stands. It's
Oh
not
my
her team.
God, the hateration. We're not about to do this now. Let's go to the NFC first. Because I feel like I need a buffer. I already literally spent 3 hours with my dad
If I was a guy like
dealing with
Isaiah
this.
Pacheco, if I was a guy like Isaiah Pacheco, I would
What's up,
call up
Manolo?
the network. I would call up the network and be like, "Don't be doing that when I make a play."
Hey, you know what? I think Tyreek's wife got it. You know what I mean? But then again, Tyreek's wife doesn't have a billion fans.
Um, I,
Like, come on,
I don't
there's
care about a
levels to
billion
this,
fans.
people.
Tyreek's wife has just enough for me. I don't need a billion fans to go with her. I think she blows Taylor Swift away
With what? With what talents?
with her whole package.
What package? What are you talking about?
Her intelligence, her looks, the way she carries
Where
herself.
has
I
she
think,
displayed that
man,
intelligence?
she's going
Please give
she's
me
a
examples. Who is she?
she
What
is
has she
in
done?
she
Except
is
just be
in
married to Tyreek Hill.
no
And now
she
apparently
is
not. Like, come on,
she
bro.
is
You're
engaged she is
telling me.
engaged in higher education to get real estate credentials.
Good for her. And that's
Right.
something that everybody
That's intel-
wants to get better
that's
at
intelligent enough for
and
me.
grow. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. I think that's great.
Oh, I got to come back in, but I was just saying that's intelligent enough for me.
Okay, that's fine. Again, nothing wrong with that. That's awesome. You know? And to your point, mister, you always want to bring this crap up. So you're just telling me there's just two talented women. Okay. And like I did anyways, let's push past this. Like I can't. You missed me
Sorry,
quoting
a
you.
phone call knocked off my Bluetooth. Sorry about that.
That's fine. You just I'm gonna and let me put my color on right here. Well, all you're telling me is just that you have two talented women. That's it.
Well,
And
one of them sings, the other one uses her brain.
so there's no talent. No
I didn't say
talent
there
at
was no
all. There's
talent.
no.
I
You
didn't.
just you literally just said one of them sings. One of them use their brain. So there's no talent when it
Those are
comes to
both.
using your brain.
Those are both
Writing your own
talents.
music,
No, no, no.
doing your own stuff, marketing,
Those are
building your
both
own company.
talents. Those
Okay.
are both
What does
talents,
it?
but
No,
I'd
no, no, no.
rather have the
Apparently,
other.
again, apparently it means nothing. But that I
No,
understand that. Let the
no, it's just
hateration
my
continue.
opinion. I hold more value to the other
And there's
intelligence than I
nothing
do
wrong
that
with your
intelligence.
opinion. There's
I
nothing wrong
know
with your
that's my
opinion.
taste. That's what I'm
Okay.
saying. That's my taste.
You don't gotta like her. I don't care. Like, but to say that
Well,
there's
no, but
no
I
talent,
do have
that's
the look,
ridiculous. So,
Miss Fins. Don't confuse dislike with disrespect. I absolutely respect her 100%. Obviously, she's a millionaire. You know, what I mean,
billionaire.
like billionaire. Oh, did she make it there? Dang. But my
With the
point is,
store she did.
I have the utmost respect for somebody that has that ability to market themselves, you know, and write music and all that other stuff. Sure, I absolutely respect that. Just like I respect Michael Bolton, but I ain't buying one of his albums anytime soon.
That's hey, don't come for Michael Bolton, man. That's a great man
Well,
right
I
there.
wouldn't presume to because the guy's like a multi-platinum selling artist. You know what I mean? Who am I to argue with consensus? You know what I mean? But I don't personally like it.
That's fine, but he's still great. Like, you know. Anyways, we're gonna push passes, and this is why you go
So is
look at
David
look at
Hasselhoff for
Raphael.
what
Look at what he
it
wrote. Round one, fight.
is.
I can't. You see what I
Round
mean?
one. Fight.
You know how Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat.
Finish him.
Ah, like, dude, don't get me started. Scorpion.
Mega combo.
Ah, according to the NFL, Steve, apparently she does. You know what I mean? Apparently she does. Makes football
Um,
money
can
better.
she throw the ball? Can she throw the ball? Maybe we can do a trade with Kelsey or something.
I don't know. I mean, hey, I feel like everybody in the world can throw a ball. Most people who are able bodies, because I just realized what I said. But regardless, that don't mean that they can throw the ball well. Shoot, I can throw a ball, but I'm not throwing it 80 yards. I know that. Like everybody can throw a ball.
Right. Miss Fins,
I'll see
I
you,
have to take
Jimmy.
a phone. I'd have to take a phone call real quick, so you're gonna have to monologue it for a second, about two
It's
minutes.
okay. I
All right, be
monologue
right back.
really well.
I'll be right
Year
back.
he, year he. Finally, he's gone. Okay, I could really tell you. This man is ridiculous. I can't even take him seriously sometimes. I'm telling you. Some of the stuff he says, I just can't. I can't. Just gets to me. Really? But really? But we like to do charity over here, so I gotta bring him up. It's halftime for Color. Actually, yeah, pretty much. That's funny, actually. Yo, Raphael, you're on a good one, man. Let me know when the Super Bowl win a Super Bowl. Oh, when the Dolphins win a Super Bowl? Oh, sure thing, buddy. Um, but yeah, no, listen. At the end of the day, it is what it is, and we still haven't even gotten to the flipping games, which we will, people. We will. I'm about to pull them up right now. I'm not gonna lie. This were tough. I thought about them this morning, and it continues. Color is invisible. Yes, he is. He is. So Color right now, I have placed him. No, he kind of went into the void. Dum dum dum. Miss Fans, did Color enter the Matrix? Where did he go? I know, guys. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you right now. Color is invisible. Yes, he is. I'm telling you right now. Don't worry. He just had to take a quick phone call. But he'll be back, guys. He'll be back. We're gonna talk about it, ladies and gentlemen, because now I get to like bounce off my anger with somebody. But I get to also talk all the smack I want about Color because he's not here. For the most part, some of his takes, I'll question. Specifically when it has to come down to T Swizzle. I just can't. Ooh, gross. Much appreciated, me. I love the Dolphins, but not every content creator. Hey, look, listen, you guys know we are the world. We are the children. Peace and love, people. Support everybody. I'm literally subscribed to every content creator. Well, at least most of them. Not because there's just some I don't even know. They just haven't popped up in my feed or nothing. But I appreciate you guys supporting and coming through, man. It really does. It does help. And by the way, since he's gone, I'm gonna be able to tell you guys, back at it again. We have Nick Needham's mom will be here on Friday, guys. I'm able to get her again this Friday. We're gonna be talking, obviously, some off season. I want to kind of get her take on the season itself. You know what I mean? We're gonna talk about um, just overall what I'm hearing. I've done so much research when it comes to the Dolphins and what's happened so far, especially with this whole Vic Fangio situation. So definitely want to go ahead and we're gonna discuss all of that with her. Um, it should be fun. It should be fun. I love having the input from somebody that literally birthed one of our players. Like that's super cool. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I mean? So it's pretty great. But guys, I need your help. So we're getting ready to be in the off season in January, but I need you guys' help. We gotta get to 2,000 subscribers, guys. We are so close. Where are we right now? Actually, let me see here. I don't even know. Let me check exactly how many exact subscribers we got right now. Because our goal, we gotta get to 2,000. You know what I mean? We gotta get to 2,000. We're so close. We're getting some good traction, especially with our. I love using the community chat, man, because you guys really are very engaged there and love commenting. Because I'm telling you now, it's uh, it's good to get gauge you guys's um, points of views in a few things, but right now we got 1,244 subscribers. So shout out to all of you guys for supporting the channel, man. You guys have made it so awesome. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't do this, but this is our channel, guys. Like it's I don't do this channel. We did this together, and I appreciate you guys. We only got 256 more subscribers to go to get to what are we talking? To 1,500, guys. That's it. 256 more subscribers, and then from there to get to the 2,000, we need 756 more subscribers. We absolutely can do it. It's gonna take a lot of work. I'm not gonna lie, but we can do it, and we can do it together. Just keep subscribing, keep letting everybody else know, share the channel because, man, all of that does help out to what do you call it? To grow the channel and things like that. And all of you guys that show your love, when you donate, become members and stuff like that, like it really does help out the channel so much. You don't even know, like so much so I appreciate all of you guys for doing that. It really, it's awesome. It really is awesome. um and it's a great way, to know you guys are building it from the ground up. We're grinding it out every day, you know what I mean? And we're gonna continue to ground it out every day, and we're gonna continue to grow. So everybody coming through right now, thank you so much for coming to League Wide Wednesday at 8 p.m. Um, every Wednesday night, guys, this season. I appreciate all of you guys. It's myself and my co-host, Mr. Colored Commentary from the Phins Tailgate. I appreciate you guys. Just as an update, so you guys know, Nick Needham's mom will be here Friday morning. So come through. That'll be a lot of a lot of fun again to get some updates. Shout out to all the members of the channel too, man. You guys are awesome, and I appreciate all of you guys that do come through and support the channel, man. It's a blessing, absolutely a blessing. Also, too, guys, if you can do me a favor, let's support those who do support the channel, like Chef Jew and Chef Jew's Catering. Looking for a great chef to cater your next birthday, business, office party, etc., with mouth-watering cookies, cakes, pies, and more? Then go ahead and call Chef Jew at 786-804-8096. That's 786-804-8096, or via Facebook Messenger or Instagram at Chef Jew, J-U Catering, for more information, and mention Miss Phins to get 10% off your catering order. Okay, let's get back at it because I can't wait for this man. Look, I kind of gave you guys my situation with this game. I didn't really break down the numbers that well, so I'm gonna do that right now while we're waiting for color. But you had in the NFC Championship an opportunity, man, for literally out of 58 seasons that we've had the Super Bowl, the Detroit Lions have been part of the Super Bowl era. They're the only team that has never made it. to the Super Bowl. Never. Never made it to the Super Bowl, man. To be so close and yet so far. Oh, what a bummer. I'm not gonna lie to you. They had a lot of great help from their young core, but it kind of semi reminded me of the Atlanta Falcons in the Super Bowl versus the Patriots. Like they gave everything in the first half and they were done in that second half. Mind you, there was some stuff that you would have been able to do. Um, you would have thought honestly, you were like, "Come on, bro, what are we doing here?" You know what I mean? What are we doing here? You know what? Did I put the right one on? Yes, I did. I'm gonna drop the link real quick because Color's not here. I'm gonna get you guys' opinion. So if y'all want to come up here and talk to me, I appreciate it. Cross pollination between streamers is great. It helps. It helps grow fan base for everyone. They have been talking about streamer panels, and I mentioned you and CB83. Oh, thank you, man. Appreciate you, Hooked Up Joe. Thank you so much. You know what I mean? All those little things. People get to see the channel, join. Where is my little remote control? Oh, here it is. Nope, it's not. Oh, wow. It just seems so dark. Oh, there it is. I found it. Yeah, it's kind of a what do you call it? It's a great opportunity, man, to bring everybody together. So I appreciate you, man. Hey, Alan. Oh man, thank you, Alan. I appreciate you. Look at that. Love your channel, sister. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It really does help. It really does help. We should start sending secret love letters to Swift family members from Waddle. Why Waddle? Is he a Swifty? Because I'm a Swifty too. So, but you guys know this. Look, we're gonna continue this. I've got some stuff I'm working on, obviously, with you guys, because why not? You know what I mean? And some ideas for some merch too. I just gotta find like the best, most cost effective thing, because I wanted for you guys to be able to get cool merch, but also like that's not too much. But name of the game. Here comes inflation. It happens. Um, but what was I gonna say? Now, as far as Detroit Lions, man, it just irks me. Do you think that maybe perhaps Dan Campbell did cost them that much? What's up, Joe? How you doing?
Oh, I jumped in Color spot here. Let me move.
Color's gonna come in like, what was going on here? Well, Color, you've
I'll
been
just
replaced.
I'll just peek around the corner. Is Color there yet? I'll just hide
Oh,
back
stop that,
here.
Color. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Oh, what's up? Hey, we got Dolphins Thirsty in the building. How you doing, Dolphins Thirsty? Thank you so much for coming through, sir. Yep, yep, yep. Much love. Hey, listen, do me a favor. Go check out Dolphins Thirsty as always. Great, great content every day. You know what I mean? You really want some awesome content? Go check it out because he's able to go ahead and give you that great content. Really, really great content. He's got some awesome collabs. So you want to go check him out. Let's get him. I just saw you hit 600 subscribers, man. Congratulations, dude. What's up, Adam S? Welcome, welcome. Um, Absolutely. So, ladies and gentlemen, wait, Joe, are you there or no?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh,
I'm just
are
hiding
you?
back here.
Oh my God, were you hiding in the?
Yeah, I was hiding back here in the helmet.
I was like, where'd he
Camouflage.
go? And
I'm a little
bro,
shy
you are
today.
hilarious. This is hilarious, but let's talk about it. But do you think, because I proposed this morning, do you think that, how much do you put on Dan Campbell, being that it's gone. They're not there no more.
Man, that's rough. I think all the memes that you see, if I said that word right, with him, like, they show him, he's got, Jack and Queen, and he says, hit me. It just seemed like he was being a little too,
Overly
uh,
aggressive.
yeah, I don't want to use the word macho because I don't know if I want to characterize it that way, but I did. Um, just because that's his whole demeanor is like raw, and they did go for it more on fourth down all year. I think I saw that stat. Like they were crazy on going for it. I mean, we thought we went up for it crazy. Thought McDaniel was nuts about that.
Not even
Apparently,
close, dude.
right. So, I mean, I know that's what got you there, and you're like, okay, I'm going to keep doing what got me here and make it all the way. But they took some chances this year that I think if they didn't take those chances, they would have been better off and might have probably made and might have made it. So I put it on him.
Dang. Yeah, I think you're right, dude. Because I feel like it really was overly aggressive. I get it, but you have to measure. But could you also attribute this to be the fact that he's still a young coach, first time ever.
Well, I
First time
attribute
ever in
that.
his Oh, look. There you go. All is right with the world.
Sorry about that,
What's
Miss
up,
Okay,
Phins.
there,
co-host,
that's better.
Mr.
That
Color
took a
Commentary?
little longer than I expected.
No worries.
Oh,
I
now I
got
can
a
take
bad coffee.
sides. I could go, oh, I'm with you on this one,
Yeah.
Color. I go, oh no, Miss Fins, I think I'm with you on this one.
There you go. There
Yo,
you
Hook the Joe got jokes, man. I like that. And look, see, your name is on my side anyway, so you should just always be on my side. But
Yeah,
um, but see,
I had to update um my mom about the season ticket and details because I got my email today letting me know that we'll be able to pick our tickets soon.
oh, you're getting season tickets?
Well, as long as they don't, as long as it's not too, as long as it's hard to cancel.
You think so?
I mean, if they make it hard for me to cancel, then I'm just gonna get them. But their little propaganda machine ain't really making me happy or making me anxious to buy them. To be honest with you,
Bro,
but I am
I'm
on the
not gonna
waiting list.
lie, I'm feeling the same way. I'm like, do I even want to buy them anymore? Like, I almost don't even want to do it. Because
Hmm.
they reach out, but I'm like, I don't know.
And I want one of those lazy boys down at the edge of of the end zone. You know what I mean?
That ADA one?
Yeah, whatever. I just want one of them couches down there.
Tell them you want a disgruntled fan upgrade.
That's right.
Everybody
Shit.
does.
If they were to give that, shoot.
Yeah,
Hey, what's up,
I
everybody
don't.
does.
I
Manzano? I
want
see
the.
you in the building. One
I
second,
want
bro.
the
We'll bring
developmental.
you in.
I want the developmental discount hooked up. I want the. If we're rolling with Tua, I want the Tua discount.
Bro, I can't with you. Literally, I can't.
Yeah,
Look, let's go to.
if y'all are admitting we're going developmental, then I want the developmental discount. I didn't get
I'll
it in
tell you.
2019.
Were you a season ticket holder prior to?
No, no, this is my first year
Okay, got it.
as a member.
You're getting you and your mom, right?
Yeah.
Makes sense. Um, makes sense. Let's get to our jobs, which is actually this game. We're literally 30, 40 minutes in, and we still haven't even talked about the
Games. Who wants to do work? Ugh.
NFC, AFC. What is it called? Recap, because that's what's happening in league wide Wednesday. It's only two games that just happened, so um, yeah. So right now, 31-34, heartbreaker for the Detroit Lions, ladies and gentlemen.
Mm-mm-mm.
I was just talking to Jill here and asked, is it a lot? Is it because they were so intently, so aggressive? Do you put how much do you put on the head coach? I kind of feel bad,
All of it, every bit of it. I'm sorry. You remember a couple weeks ago, I forget who made the call, and we were like, oh, Sean McDermott. Remember the fake punt? The dumbest play call in the history of the
Oh,
NFL. You remember that?
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That was surpassed by
yeah, I
Dan
remember that.
Campbell this week, who decided to single-handedly rip every chance that his team had to win and move on from the hearts of his players, man, with one mistake, and it just kills me because I know Dan
Which
Campbell
one
is
was that
smarter than
mistake?
that.
Cause which one was that mistake?
Okay, put aside everything else. I will give I will give the latitude for the whole this is our mentality and this is our philosophy rhetoric. I'll give the latitude for that on the first time he decided to go for it on fourth down, right? I'll give that. Okay. But you have to stand in awe
Yeah, because
at
it was still in the
the
beginning of
the
the third. So
yeah, I mean you have to stand in awe at the irrationality of not kicking a field goal to give your team a chance to tie when you're playing in a game that has unlimited overtime and there's no way to tie. I mean, that was a complete regular season mentality of we're not going to play for the tie and sticking your chest out when like it's a playoff game and there literally is no way to tie. They will play that game all night into the next day if they got to get a winner. You got to
oh
kick the
yeah,
field goal there. I mean, I would even argue that the aggressive thing to do is kick that field goal there because you need, you're in a situation, even though it wasn't tied yet or it wasn't a 10-point deficit yet. The whole reason he went for it is because he knew he had a feeling he was accepting the fact that the 49ers were probably going to score a touchdown on the comeback, which means you're already in the mentality of being down by 10. Okay, so you need to get a field goal and a touchdown. You don't need to get two touchdowns. You don't need to take a 4-point lead. It's a playoff game with unlimited overtime. You need to get your mission is to keep the game alive. That is your mission as a head coach in a playoff game is to keep the game alive. And you need a field goal there and you need a touchdown and you need to do it in as little time as possible. Kick the field goal. At that point, you tie the game, and if the worst, what you thought was going to happen, happens, and they come back and score a comeback touchdown, okay, fine. Now Jared Goff is going to do exactly what he did and drive down the field and tie that ball game. But Dan Campbell took every bit of that possibility off the table by trying to what? Win by 4? Because if you were already sure that the 49ers were going to get the comeback touchdown, then that 4-point lead wasn't going to do you anything anyway.
yeah.
I
That's
would
You
the
see what I'm
disagree,
thing.
saying?
actually.
Yeah, it's twice,
Think about
twice.
it in the hyper
What's up,
real
Miss
quick,
Anna?
real
Welcome.
quick. Think about it in the before you
Me
go,
and
Anthony.
hooked up.
Think about it in
Me
this
and Joe are
hypothetical.
in.
Well, hold on. Think about it like this before you go, Anthony.
Anthony, you
If
gotta wait till we call you, okay?
if
Give
they
us a second.
if they well, I want Anthony to be able to consider this before he to add it to his calculus. But if they would have taken a 4-point lead right there, like if they would have got the first down and gone on to score the touchdown, right? They would have taken like another minute or so to do that. Supposing they would have even done it, they would have taken a 4-point lead, and then when when the 49ers came back and scored the go-ahead touchdown by 3, they would have had no time left to do anything about it.
That is
I
true.
see
So that
what you're
four
saying,
point
Now,
but
lead
from
does
as
you
far
no, the 4 point lead does you nothing there. If the whole reason they were going for it is because he
Anthony,
expected the
you gotta
49ers
give
to
me
get the
something.
comeback touchdown. You know what I mean? Like that's why they went for it, because he didn't want to put the ball back in the 49ers' hands without scoring a touchdown, because he was paranoid that they were going to get a comeback touchdown. Well, if you already have accepted that, then what is a 4 point lead going to do for you?
To me
You see what I'm
personally,
saying?
I think that it was too aggressive in the second half. And if you take a look at it in the first half, you didn't really have that much. There was no point in this game where any of the teams had back-to-back possessions, except when the Niners ended the first half and they started the second half. That's it. That's the only time that they had back-to-back. And if you really take a look at it, I mean, the defense kind of clamped down as far as the Niners. They did their job and they clamped down all the way up to halftime. It was 24-7. And that defense clamped down in that first half. In the second half, though, as typically has happened, you you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna you're gonna you're gonna be tired by then. And unfortunately, by the time the game got tied in the second quarter, in the third quarter, sorry, 24-24, after San Francisco scored that touchdown, they went three and out, and they couldn't afford that. And what did the Niners do? They kicked the field goal. They went all the way down. And then what happened? Instead of going all the way down and you kicking your own field goal to tie the game, making it 27-27, what did you do? You turned it over. You turned it over. Not only did you turn it over, you turned it over in their end. I mean, yeah, in their end. So at the end of the day, you were in field goal range to tie the game 27-27. If you would have still had enough time in the room, excuse me, presumably they both scored in the next play a touchdown. Okay, cool. It would have still been tied at the end of the game. So at the this right here, that second fourth down, nah, bro, that wasn't it. Not when you're in your own 30. You kick that field goal. You take the points. This is the AFC Championship. I get it. You're not. I mean, the NFC Championship. You're not. You don't. These don't come often. A and B. You gotta put it all on the line. But you also have to take every point possible because the drives are that much shorter, that much less,
Right, right.
in my opinion.
You've also got 2 weeks before the Super Bowl, so it's not like 10 overtimes would have killed you. You had plenty of time to rest
Yeah,
after the game's over. There's no reason to
can I
not
say
play
something?
for
exactly.
overtime.
Exactly.
Can I say something, Miss
Yeah,
Vince?
I was just
What
gonna go
I'm
to you, Anthony. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
for me, what I'm taking into my calculations, guys, is more that in general, like no sports fans in general and the media in general didn't expect the Lions to make it this far. They thought they were gonna get eliminated in the wild card and stuff like uh get eliminated in the first or in the second round and stuff like that. Nobody expected them to get this far. No, they thought they were going to be still rebuilding. Actually, they thought they were going to be a losing team this year. So, look, I'm going. My calculations bring in everything as a whole that nobody expected. The That's why Dan Campbell did took that risk because I think in general he wanted to prove that he belonged there instead of
But
just being
he, but
conservative with the field goal.
but anybody that makes that decision doesn't belong there. That's the point, Anthony.
Wait a minute. I thought
Anybody that
I
doesn't
thought
kick that,
I thought
anybody that
I
does
thought
not kick
aggressive
that field goal,
coaches. I
no,
thought
no, no,
aggressive
no,
coaches though
no, no,
make.
no. It is my opinion that anybody that does not kick that field goal there doesn't belong there. That's my opinion. That is a no-brainer. It's a playoff game. You have unlimited overtime. There's no reason to play to play it that way. None. You're literally taking away your chance to keep the game alive.
Okay, I see what you're saying, but do you understand where my line of
Yes,
thinking is
I
coming
do.
from?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. But that's my point. Is that the reason people didn't think they would get that far is because people like them make those decisions and usually don't get that far.
Yeah, and Dan Campbell, this is his first time making the NFC Championship. To me,
Bro, this
as a
is a
football
fundamental
fan, I like
football
the
thing, Anthony.
aggressiveness. I like the
It's a
aggressiveness, but I
fundamental.
agree with you. He should have went for that field goal. I agree with you. He
The
should have went for the
guy,
field goal, but I like the aggressiveness.
right, right. That's what confuses me is that we know it's a pressure situation. It's the first time he's coached a playoff game or been that deep, whatever. But he's also been playing football and watching football his entire life. That is like a fundamental. Anybody would know what to do there. You kick the field goal, like even a 5 year fan that's only been watching 5 years would already have been able to figure that out.
I think his point is well taken. It was kind of almost an emotional decision because of his state of mind,
Exactly.
the way he's been,
Exactly.
and it was
Exactly.
like
That I
a
agree with.
you
No, for
know
me, it would have been more egregious. To me, it would have been more egregious if Kyle Shanahan, who has that experience, did that. Not a. I ex- I kind of expected that from Dan Campbell because he let the emotions get the best of him and stuff like that. But it would be to me, it would have been more egregious if Shanahan made that stupid decision, a
Hey,
decision like that. If he was down, like if
well,
he was leading like that, and the Lions came back from that far down, that's to me it would have been more egregious if Shanahan, who has experience in these situations, did that instead of a guy who's his first time in that situation.
yeah, but let me put it to you guys this way because to me the call is perfectly fine. But let me explain. The reason why I say it's fine is this situation. It all depends on the situation of the game. If this was you're it's under the 2 minute warning, you're down by a touchdown. It's fourth and two because it was fourth and two at this point. You have no shot. And there's only 30 seconds left. You got no timeouts. Heck yeah, you go for it here. Why? Because this is it. It's the last play of the game essentially. So you do go down. You do go down. You see what I mean? The thing is, there was 7 minutes and 32 seconds left in the game. This wasn't a fourth and three. My bad. It was fourth and three. This wasn't a fourth and three with 30 seconds left in the game and no timeouts. And you were still in your own 30 versus being in their 30. You
Right.
weren't in
You're
field goal
down by
range. You see what I mean?
exactly. Exactly. You're down
Those
by
then I get
three.
it. Absolutely.
You're down by three in a game with unlimited overtime. Like you're already going for it because you're expecting them to get the comeback touchdown. So why are you going to allow them to go up by 10?
That's my
Yeah,
only thing. It's
Kick the field goal.
situational.
yeah. No,
Situational.
no,
The
and
fact that
and
they
we're
were in their
criticized.
own hold on, Anthony, let me finish. The fact that they were in their own 30 is where I would say, nah, bro, take the points. But if they were, let's say, on the upper, if they were on their own 30, or even at the 50-yard line, you gotta go for it. There's nothing else. There's no time left. You got no
Right.
timeouts. You see what I mean? That's when you go for it. That's when you're supposed to go for it.
Right.
But when you still
Because
got
when
over
Jared Goff
seven
got the
minutes
ball back,
left, hold on, Color. Let me
right.
finish. When you still got over 7 minutes left, bro, even if your defense is gassed and whatever, you still still got over 7 minutes left, and you're in their 30. You take the points because it's still because guess what? Even if they kill the clock, you still got a shot at the ball again. So even if they do score, you still got a shot at scoring and tying, which is to Color's point. You were playing for, you were semi playing prevent when what you should have been doing was to play to
Right,
get
Miss
the
Finn.
points. Get
Right,
the
because as
points.
we saw,
That's
Jared Goff took it right down and got what would have been the game-tying touchdown.
exactly. Exactly. That's where I'm at. That's where I see it. I think Hoopta Joe. I don't know where Anthony went, but thank you for coming through, Anthony. I appreciate you. I don't know. I think sometimes with connection issues or whatever, but I mean, I understand where Anthony is coming from. Having that veteran head coach, you kind of expect them to know better. And to Anthony's point, which I did say this
I,
earlier, it is a first time head coach going into the situation. It's different. I get what you're saying, Color, but in the heat of the moment, man, it's not as easy as most people might think. It's not as easy as most people might
boy,
think.
I would have, if I was Jared Goff, I would have sat down on the bench and said, "No, you're sending our kicker out there, or you're using the backup quarterback because I ain't gonna do it."
I,
I
I,
know that sounds weird, but it's
I,
that fundamental a
I don't know,
decision to me.
but I
You
understand.
know,
Right, like
like to me,
almost a
it's
sanity
clockwork.
check.
And I get that.
Right.
Yeah, and I get that. Yeah, you gotta talk to your head coach. Like, come on, coach. Like, talk to him. Let him know. Hey, I'm thinking maybe this might be the better time for us to, do this. You know what I mean? And I get that. I'm all for it, man. I'm all for it. But
Well, let me steel man the
it
other
is a
position for a
rookie
second.
head coach,
Right,
like
well,
Anthony was saying.
Miss Fins, let me steel man the other position for a second because somebody made a good argument to me that was, well, uh, when after the Niners scored their comeback touchdown, there was still 2 minutes on the clock. So if you would have went up by four there, and the Niners come back and score the comeback touchdown and go up by three, you've still got 2 minutes to at least tie the game with a field goal. And I thought, well, no, because if you go for it on fourth down and you get it, it's going to take you another minute and 30 seconds to score that touchdown that gets you up by four. And then when they come back and get their comeback touchdown and you're down by three, you're going to have 30 seconds left to get into field goal range. You see what I'm saying? There was no reason to go up by four there, to risk a fourth down conversion to go up by four on that drive. Just kick the field goal and tie the game. It's complete fundamental to me.
He was overthinking it and
I
It's an
underthinking
heard
it
you.
at the same
autonomic
time.
decision. It's an autonomic decision to me. You know what I mean?
I get that. Now I'm gonna play. I don't want to say devil's advocate. It's really not devil's advocate, but I wanna mess with people today right now, and I'm gonna say this. And it's gonna be super controversial, so hear me out. Did Dave Campbell remind you of any head coaches we know, ladies and gentlemen?
No, we don't know
Everyone
anybody
we've
head
had.
coaches that go for it on fourth down when they shouldn't. I can't think of one. Can you, Color?
Nah, nah, nah.
No,
I
I'm
can
drawing
think
a
of one
blank.
that I can think of one that kicked an extra point in a game when it didn't matter instead of going for two, which allowed the Steelers to come back and get a game-winning field goal on us instead of a game-tying field goal. I remember that coach. That was Sperano.
Mm. You
Not
don't you
understanding,
don't
not
remember a coach?
what he didn't understand that day was that a 2 point deficit is no different than a 1 point deficit. You might as well kick the extra point and make it a 3 point deficit, and bring it. He didn't understand that a 2 point lead was no different than a 1 point lead on the comeback for Pittsburgh.
He's trying to change the subject.
Yeah, I see that, but I'm not gonna let
Uh-huh.
him.
No,
Mike
it ain't
McDaniel,
happening.
he outcoached himself. I don't care what anybody tells me. Dan Campbell outcoached himself. He overthought it, just like Mike McDaniel has done it a million times. And to Raphael's point, Lions got that ATL feeling, thinking they won at halftime. Exactly what I was saying earlier. Yeah, they thought they had it. Unfortunately, it's the tale of two halves, clearly. But how many times have we said Mike McDaniel has overthought himself? And I asked you guys this question because I was like, you know what? Let me ask the audience. Um, should he have gone for the extra point? Should he have not gone for the extra point? What are we thinking?
You mean a field goal?
Yeah, gone for the 3 points. Sorry.
Right. Should have he kicked the field goal like you're
Yeah,
right.
essentially field goal
Caller was
or
talking
gone.
about that earlier. So
Exactly. So put your votes. I'm
Yeah, I just
interested to
don't
see because
understand the. I understand the whole bravado thing, but in a playoff game in that situation, I don't understand the "I always go for it" mentality. Like that's just, you know what I mean?
wrong.
That's what we
I
do
get
here.
that.
You
Color,
almost
you're
sounded
hilarious.
like Macho Man Randy Savage there, which is kind of
That's what I
funny
was thinking too.
because
That's
I
Oh
funny.
used the word
yeah,
macho and said I didn't really want to use the word macho, but I did, and then there it is. Kind of.
smash it to a tree limb.
Look,
Too
I'll tell
soon?
you this. At
Was
the
that
end of
too
the day,
soon?
Color, look at you.
Did I lose my Abby?
Yes, you did, and you also look at messing it up for Hooked Up Joe. Whoa, what are we doing here? No.
Whoop, whoop.
Did we figure it out? Oops. No. Hooked Up Joe. There you go. We fixed it. Are we back? We're back, baby. Uh, but seriously though, I personally think that at this point they should have actually gone for it. It's frustrating. I'm not gonna lie. I think, but this is my thing. Matt McDaniel has done this so many times. He outthought himself, in my opinion, so many times. Because I was trying to bring it back to the Dolphins, this morning. Um, I saw a lot of similarities in Dan Campbell in McDaniel. Young coach, and maybe the moment got to him.
Yeah, I do have something to say on that one.
Go ahead.
Um, Two parts is one that they are both young coaches and they are going to need some time to build. And I know using the P word around here isn't really great. Nobody wants to hear the word patience because we're in a win now mode. But in a long term, if we're not talking about our own team, if you were looking at only the Lions, you'd be saying, well, he made this mistake. He's the one that got him there. They're gonna, he'll learn and he'll become a better coach from it. And I feel the same way that Mike McDaniel, I don't think he's going to be going for it as much, especially not when you see this happen in the playoffs and somebody else gets smacked down from doing it that hard. I think he is going to learn from that. And secondarily, the other thing is the times when he did go for it this year, there were almost every time in those situations where we were saying, why didn't he kick the 3 points? We had them jammed up at the 5 yard line or 3 yard line. We were leaving them in a position where they were going to have a really hard time scoring starting from the 3 or 5 yard line. One of them was, I believe, the Chiefs, where they had been running down on it, but we did actually stop them that time. So I think there's a calculation that Mike McDaniel's doing when he goes for it on fourth down, which is to your point, overthinking it because he's calculating and doing all this stuff in his head, where he's saying, like rationalization on this is that even if we don't make it, we got the defense to stop them. But if we kick the 3 points here and they've been scoring on us, it's almost that logic Culler was talking about earlier about being in a position. And if you don't think they're going to score on you and you're going to be able to get the ball back and potentially score again anyway, then there's a rationale for it. There's no rationale for what Campbell did, but
But
there
again,
you
Joe, even
could
if you,
say
but I'm sorry
there's
to
some
interrupt. I'm sorry
rationale.
to interrupt. I'm
Oh, I'm
sorry to
done
interrupt.
anyway.
But even if I was going to say, even if you did though think that you were going to get the ball back and all that, that's all the more reason to tie the game right there because you know that you can take the lead for sure on the next drive.
No, I wasn't talking about Campbell. We were talking about
Right.
McDaniel making the same type of.
Oh,
So
and
I
right,
was
right,
going back to
and
in
in that
our
case, I would say
games,
right, right. And to
middle
that
of the
point, I
game
would say that
or towards
you,
the
you
end.
make a you make a solid point that it's one thing to be going for it because you're deep and you trust your defense. It's another because you're paranoid that the other team is going to score on the comeback. Whenever you're going for it because you're thinking on those terms, you're not going to make it, and you're just going to dig a deeper hole for yourself. You know what I mean? Because they did get the comeback touchdown, and now you've taken every bit of your chance for your team to tie the game out of their hands by your previous drive of going for it when you didn't have to. You know what I mean? Like the only reason to do that has ever made sense to me is if you're in a regular season game and you don't want to play for a tie, or you're fine with the tie, or I'm sorry, you don't want to play for the tie, or you don't want to play for overtime because you've got a Thursday night game coming up, or something like that. But there's 2 weeks before the Super Bowl. There's unlimited overtime. There's no reason not to tie the game there and
Oh, there's no excuse
keep
for
the
that.
game alive.
Guys, you
Mathematically, you
have
got to keep
background
the game
noise.
alive.
Color, I think you have background noise or hooked up Joe. One of you guys got background noise.
I'm
It's
on mute. When I'm not talking, I'm muting on my mic, so it wouldn't be me. And I don't have any
okay.
I
background
got it,
noise.
Miss Vince.
My cat's in the
All
other
right.
room.
Thank you, thank you. It's color, of course, as always. Uh, but seriously though, what was I gonna say? It's you see a lot of similarities, and I think it's stuff that we could learn, that we can see. Okay, where can our head coach, who's developing to, what could he do to be able to go ahead and not make these mistakes moving forward? That's where I'm at with that because at the end of the day, if you think about it, it was tough. I'm not gonna lie, it was tough watching that game and that second half because specifically in that fourth quarter. I mean, do you think they should extend him? Do you think they should put it out there and give him a chance to continue?
Who's him? I'm sorry.
Not McDaniel. Campbell. Even with this devastating loss, you think they should extend him and make him the future? Kind of like what um Pittsburgh has done. Having that longevity with a head coach, a young team, and kind of already a one game away from the Super Bowl, literally a play away from the Super Bowl. Um, do you extend him? Do you think they should extend him and keep him and continue to build what they've been building?
I think if they risk letting him go and he did go, then they failed, the hit for that would be like we finally got there and you let him go and now we're not winning anymore. It would be devastating. I think it would be pretty chancy to not go ahead and extend him. You can always fire him later and it's only money.
Yeah, yeah. I think this is more like a teachable moment, not a fireable offense, to be honest with you.
Okay.
The only reason I'm so adamant about it is because you know me and how I feel about logic and stuff like that. And it's like, I just don't like, I'm more surprised that people argue about it. Look, Dan Campbell's not out there arguing about it. He knows exactly the reasons why he was wrong. I'm sure the moment he walked off that field, he knew the reasons why he was wrong for making that call. It's not him I'm like arguing with or scolding. It's the people that want to defend that kind of decision in that moment just out of pure bravado, as if that's a good excuse. Well, that's what we always do. And to the point about McDaniel, I'm not so sure we can assume that McDaniel would make that same decision just because he tends to go for it.
He
Because
wouldn't.
because I'm a go for it kind of guy too. But in that moment, I understand the difference between being a philosophy and a mathematical reason to kick the dang field goal. You know what I mean? Like
He wouldn't be using his emotions so much that all
right,
logic
that
and
decision
reason.
shouldn't have even been in the coach's hands, as far as I'm concerned. It's that fundamental.
Right. They need AI decisions for that. That was a joke, an attempted humor.
Right. Well, ultimately, that's why the coach takes the fall, because there is nobody else to make that decision. That is precisely what his job is. And he, in my opinion, he failed at doing it in that moment. But I don't think it's anything to like, no, he knows already. And I guarantee you, he don't make that same mistake again.
Yeah. I agree. I think it is a teachable moment. I think that they found their guy. Like I feel like he really brought a culture that they can build upon. You know what I mean? They got some young talent. They still have cap space, so the fact that they've been able to go ahead and rearrange everything they've had so far, and build this through the draft, build this through some smart plays. To me personally, I see nothing but upside for the Lions. I think that they're going to be very competitive, especially since the NFC, it's kind of weak. We
Did they
know.
lose any of their coordinators?
Actually, their offensive coordinator, back to back years, has been sought out for head coach positions, and he has remained and has chosen again. He just put it out this week. He's going to remain in Detroit, so he won't be pursuing a head coach, and that goes to
That's
show
good
you
for yeah, that's good for the whole team because when you're
exactly.
offensive, if you're the coach that's making it happen from a non-play calling perspective and your main play caller's gone, that's a rough hit. I mean, you have to
It
find
is.
kind of like we're doing with DC right now, you know.
That also could
Essentially, yeah.
indicate that Dan Campbell is perfectly safe, right? Because if that guy's like, yeah, I want another go around because I believe in our chances to
Absolutely.
get a ring here, you know what I mean?
That's
And
long-term contract signing stuff there.
that's for me for both of them.
Right.
If you have a young, because they're both young coaches, this is the thing. They're building longevity, which is why I like to compare them a lot to kind of how Mike Tomlin, when he first came into Pittsburgh, you know what I mean? Got all the support, got the extension, got all of that, was able to win the Super Bowl twice. Um, Obviously having their quarterback. Now, we all know, can they upgrade in quarterback? Obviously. But Golf has it so far, he works in their system. He works for them. If in the future changes need to be made, then whatever. But right now, to me, they have the guy that works for them, and they know how to maximize him. They know how to put him in the right positions to win, and they have such a young supporting cast that, to me, now is the time for you to continue to build, because you've got players that they're rookies or they're in their second year. You got a long enough window where you can build on it, kind of like where not Detroit, Texans are right now. You know what I mean? The Texans right now, they got a young core, young head coach, and look what they've been able to do. You know what I mean? So that's another team right there that can continue to build upon and have longevity with this. So to me, yeah, I'm extending both of them. And if my OC wants to stay, it goes to show the kind of culture, again, the kind of culture that the head coach puts into place, and the fact that he's able to have not just the players in the team buy in, but his staff buy into, which in turn flows down, to his players, so on and so forth. So to me, I'm loving what Dan Campbell is doing. As Dolphin fans, we're all rooting for him, because he's such a great coach for us, and the fact that he's it's just an overall great guy. You want him to succeed, especially when nobody believes you. You know what I mean? Fine, and Color. I don't know if you remember. We said this like 2 years ago. Well, I know for sure. I've been saying it for the last 3 years, but for sure the last two. Since right now we're about to celebrate next week. Is it next week? Is it next week? Oh my god! Is it next week? Yeah, next week we're about to celebrate our 2 year anniversary. Shout out to Miss Fans and all of you guys. Yep, yep, yep.
Good,
We're about
good.
to celebrate our 2 year anniversary next week.
Oh, that'll be big.
I know it.
Pull out the
I've been
streamers for that one.
exactly. I've been saying it all along. I'm like, watch out for Detroit. They're my pick. And in the AFC, watch out for the Jaguars. They got the head coach now. You'll see. They're gonna have their bumps and bruises, but both teams, to me, they're gonna be amazing in my opinion. So, um, I think yeah, I think it's gonna be great at the end of the day. Excuse me. Now, the 49ers. You got the 49ers on the other side. They were able to come back to back week comeback wins, down 17 points. No, well, now down, yeah, down 17 points. We're able to go ahead and really make it happen. That's a team that has a very young quarterback and a bunch of stouts around him, but it's the fact that that quarterback can utilize his weapons. Or is it the head coach that's able to put them? So I'm
I
asking you,
think it's
Color.
everything all at
What are
once.
you? No, no, no. You're good, Hector. I just want to ask Color real quick. What do you think of the 49ers and their performance? Because I feel like you can also take some
I think
lessons from there too.
I think they see a lot of the same struggles that anybody running a West Coast with a. I mean, look, I'm not gonna. I know Brock Purdy makes plays, but he gets himself in that situation to have to because it seems like they kind of struggle. It's with any kind of system like the way they run, similar to what we do. If things get disrupted, if things aren't right, it could go south really quick. But so far, Brock Purdy's been able to show that he can get them back on track when needed. But I still feel like they're the stepchild of the group of four of the two this year. The group of four in the championship round. I really feel like that the Chiefs are just going to bring too much consistency for them and all that because of what again, look at how it went with the Lions. The Lions pretty much owned them the first half like it wasn't a problem. Most of us in the Twitter space were calling the game at halftime. You know what I mean? Like, this is over. 49ers can't get nothing going. And traditionally, the way they're built is sort of the way most West Coast systems are built. They're not really built to come back like that. So shout out to Purdy for doing enough of a Lamar Jackson impression on a couple plays to kind of get them back on track and a chance to win the game. I guess the Chiefs kind of play the same ball, but I don't think the Chiefs defense is going to relent. I don't think they're just going to all of a sudden not be able to stop them in the second half and all that. So yeah, I'm kind of underwhelmed by the 49ers, to be honest with you. They keep winning though, and obviously they're in the Super Bowl, so you know all of that kind of goes out the window. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Okay, Joe, you talk to me. What you think of what you had on the 49ers play, man?
Okay, so if we're talking about last, the last week's game,
Yeah.
that was it was pretty amazing comeback. Obviously, I was really wanting the Lions to win, so my whole outlook on the 49ers wasn't exactly positive, like when I was watching the game. But at this point, it would, if we're segue into next week a little, I just want him to win. I do. It's a combination of just being petty and just tired of seeing the Chiefs win as good as they are. Um, but and just the number 13 and the whole,
I
Purdy
get it.
looking up to Dan Marino. I just kind of want them to just win it all and just be for him to just win it would be just great. Go ahead and do it, you know.
Yeah, what's up,
Um,
Joe?
but
Other Joe, sorry, Joe
likelihood,
Risk.
yeah, I see Joe Riss there. What's up? But Shanahan's never beaten Andy Reid, so we'll see if he can in the big game. I think just the combination of Andy Reid and Mahomes is going to be when it really has to happen. That's when they pull it all out. I think they've been playing light all year and kind of just not showing anything, and because they hit the playoffs and they're just totally different. They even know how to catch the ball.
The crazier part is, Color in our pickums, we were so bad. You could tell we were such homers for the Lions and Ravens. Like we just wanted them to win. To
Oh
be
yeah,
honest with you,
betting the heart last week.
oh, we
Good call.
absolutely did. And part of me was like, man, it kind of sucks. You know what I mean? But I'll tell you this: I almost had the exact score, dudes. I almost had the exact score on the Lions San Francisco game. I said it was going to be 35-31. It ended up being 34-31. Like, oh, so close, man.
Knew
So
the type of
close.
game.
Absolutely so close. So, yeah, I picked the Lions, though, versus the to win. But, yeah, this is just a up and down. Even our impact players, Color, we're off. You pick Golf. I pick Lamar. You pick David Montgomery. I pick Gus Edward. You picked Amon Ra. I pick Safe Flowers. You pick Likely. I pick Laporta. You pick the Ravens. I pick the Lions. Like literally, we were gun ho. The world wanted to see Ravens Lions football, and yeah, we were kind of stuck, unfortunately, with what nobody wanted to see: Kansas City and the Niners. Like,
Well, in a week where we lost
Oh yeah.
everything, I'm going to go ahead and claim victory on Jared Goff because if had not been for his coach, he did what he needed to do. He impacted the way a quarterback should impact. He drove his team down and got what would have been the game tying touchdown like clockwork. So I'm going to say Jared Goff was still impactful. I'm going to at least take that
fine,
half a
I'll give
victory
it to
lap
you.
on that.
Thank you,
Because
Joe.
even
Appreciate you.
knowing that his coach had just ripped every chance they had of tying the game, he still did what he needed to do and got that touchdown for them to have a chance with the onside kick. You know what I mean? So you got to give him credit for not quitting, man. Even in that moment when your coach just ripped out every chance you have of keeping the game alive.
You're not wrong, man. You're not wrong. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Uh, Shout out to everybody watching on Twitter and Twitch. Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate you. Yeah, to me personally, that's kind of look. Even Joe. See, I appreciate you, Joe, on Twitter and Twitch. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, yeah, that was kind of rough. I'm not gonna lie. As a Pickham's perspective, it's kind of rough. But you know what? I think Joe's right. We went more hard like what we wanted to happen versus what we knew in our
I did
hearts
make
was
that
stuck to
disclaimer
do.
myself. I said I am going total betting with my heart, 100% this week. You know, as opposed to random, which is usually my selection. But this was just from the heart one.
Oh, it sucks, man. It sucks. Golf is that dude. Yes, he is. I agree. So let's flip the switch because I don't want to be here for 2 hours yet. Let's talk about briefly the game that nobody wanted to see. Yeah, let me tell you something, man. I was so pissed at this game. I almost broke my phone and my TV controller because I figured I'm like, let me just stay home. Let me not. I literally almost did because I was so mad at this game. I just couldn't believe it. My neighbors probably thought we were kind of crazy with the way that we were yelling at home. Oh my gosh. It was kind of rough, I'm not gonna lie. But I didn't care, you know? I didn't care. But at the end of the game, I didn't even watch the end of the game. Midway through the fourth, I turned it off and I was like, we're not watching no more. It's over. Uh and I made an executive decision, that's all I gotta say. And yeah, I ended up just changing it, putting on a regular show, and called it what it is because I just couldn't. I just couldn't. I straight up couldn't anymore. I couldn't do it. I was so pissed at that game. This is where I put it, and I talked about it this morning. It kind of reminded me of our playoff game last season. Zay Flowers, and Waddle. Both of them young, young. One of them rookie, the other one second year, but very young wide receivers, bro. And Waddle with three critical drops. Zay Flowers with two critical plays. To me, I'm sorry, they gotta take like at least 40% of the blame, in my opinion. At least 40. Because you can't fumble at the 1 year line, bro. Your job is to protect the ball at all time. At all times. Protect the ball. And then you gotta be smarter. You gotta be smarter about the taunting calls, man. These refs, they're gonna look for anything to give the Chiefs an advantage. We know this. Everybody has seen the script. We know this already. So why would you give them the opportunity to see that? Why would you? You should just not. You should just not whatsoever. Um, and those two for me, that was horrible. And then Les Lamar. Sorry, sir. I don't think he choked. He just three plays where he overthrew players, and I'm like, dude. I mean, at least they were overthrown away from the receivers. I mean, well, not good that it was away from the receivers, but away from the defensive players. Bro, you're supposed to make those plays, man. You're supposed to make those plays and continue to make plays. That's your job. You just got paid. You're the franchise quarterback. And then you have Harbaugh who got outcoached. What's a Dolphin done? In my opinion, he absolutely got outcoached. And when you are the number one rushing team in the entire NFL and you don't rush the ball, what the hell are you doing? Why did Gus Edwards only get like 3 carries? Like, what is going on here? It made no sense to me whatsoever. Literally 3 carries for 20 yards. What are you doing, bro? It's a failure, top to bottom on the offense. Which again, it just triggered me with the Dolphins because I've seen too many similarities. So, Color, what do you think? What you have on this game? Because I can't talk anymore about it, man. It just
I mean, I don't know what to say. I don't know what it is about quarterbacks getting in, going against Patrick Mahomes and becoming
bro, your
fanboys. I
background
don't know
noise. I'm
what it is.
sorry.
I'm sorry.
I
Hold
don't
on.
know
Let me
if you
mute
got a
this here.
TV on. Yeah,
Here, is that better? Is that better? Sorry about that.
way
I
better because I
just
can
don't know
hear you
what
now.
I don't know what it is about quarterbacks, even at the caliber of a Lamar Jackson, facing Mahomes and just falling into this. God, I don't want to use the B word, but this B mode. You know what I mean? Like this beta mode where it's like, oh,
Oh, yeah.
I don't get it. I don't know how to explain Lamar's bad game. I really don't. But that's what it was. It was a bad game. I'm not one of these people that are going to pile on the choke narrative, because the difference between a lot of these people that are really choke artists like the Kirk Cousins of the world or the Tua Tagovailoas of the world, a lot of those people, they're not going to have a chance to rectify their choke. Lamar will be there next year to try again. And so I don't really see it as qualifying as a choke like people want to put on him. But, he's another polarizing character in the league. So that's how people are going to be. But rest assured, he had a bad game. There's absolutely no doubt he just failed to show up, given the fact that
Wait,
what
who
we've seen
failed to
him do
show
all
up?
year.
Lamar?
Lamar. Yeah.
How did he fail to show up? The man had over
I'm
300
talking about. Let me finish.
yards.
I'm talking about. Let me finish. I'm talking about relative to what the performances he's had against 10 or 11 above 500 teams this year. I did not expect that level of performance. I expected more for them to be able to manufacture more than 7 points. Let's be real. That's got to be on the quarterback, Miss Phins. It ain't no different than ours.
You're right. You're
I
right.
mean, he hung
There's no way of
56
putting it
points on us.
except
He hung he hung he
but
hung
they got 10
56 points
points.
on us
But
with
they
his
got 10
arm.
points though.
I know, but he hung 56 points on us with his arm. Didn't rush for a single touchdown. All 5 were in the air that he threw. Had 32 yards rushing against us.
But in a
I just
perfect
don't
passer
understand.
rating.
Yeah, and a perfect passer rating. So this notion that, I mean, I guess you could blame the OC for an incorrect game plan and whatnot, but at some point, I'll hang the same thing on Lamar that I do on Tua. At some point, Lamar's got to step up and be like, Coach, what the hell are we doing? Let's just win this game. I don't need to pass. Fine, we can do that another day. You know,
Yeah, if they're shutting down the pass. I mean,
I
that was the
mean,
thing about it. They were shutting down the pass. Lamar
yeah,
could
their
write a thank you
secondary was
letter to
brilliant, man.
defense.
Their secondary was locked on them guys like glue, man. You didn't even see a reception from Odell Beckham till like the 4th. You know, where was he the whole game?
And that's just
You
game
know,
plan. They knew how to stop him, right? They knew that if they can give Lamar time, long as they have enough people to stop Lamar from
and
running,
as long as
they
they don't
can't
quit, and
make them have
if
to.
they've got a bunch of soccer players in their secondary, then you can do that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. They shut him. They just shut it down. That whole. I mean, he literally had so much time in the pocket. I'm like, what's going on? He can't throw it to
Mm-hmm.
anybody. And then when he did throw it to people, it was just off. And I think what happened with there is good coaches make a good player look bad. Right. So it's like, I don't think it's Mahomes that's making him look bad. I think it's Andy
Right.
Reid that's making him look bad. I think that he was so flustered that there was nobody to throw to and he couldn't run that he was freaking out. And then when he did have a chance to throw, I saw the same thing with Goff. Uh, they were so into the game and so high pressure. They were overthrowing. They were throwing
Mm-hmm.
a lot of those
Purdy
drops.
too. You could say that about Purdy, even though they won. You know what I mean? Even against Green Bay, just throwing the ball all over the place.
And throwing it too hard. A lot of those
Mm-hmm.
drops are just attributed to just drilling it in there, even when the
Mm-hmm.
guy's wide open. You don't have to
Right.
drill it in there, and
And
they're
what I
just
meant
all
about
freaked out.
and what I meant about Mahomes is, likewise when Lamar looks across the field, he sees a guy that's not playing nothing but consistently, having success, moving his team, and that's got to even pressure you even more. Where you're like, I've got to rush, I've got to match that,
That is a
I've got to
great
get
point.
back on that track. You know what I mean? And it just gets
Right.
people in their fields, man,
Panic
and
mode.
that's it.
You go
So a
into
lot of
panic
it
mode.
is Patrick Mahomes just with that whole he's like Iceman. You know what I mean? What a goose say in Top Gun? You get bored, frustrated, do something stupid, then he's got you. You know.
That's a great point because I
That's
saw times where we were making the other team panic and do. I mean, we're like, dude, it's not even the second. It's not even halftime yet, and they're doing
mm-hmm,
crazy stuff like going for it because
mm-hmm,
they got to go for it because we're going to score every time like we have been, and they got to score now, so they're going to go for it on
exactly.
just to 40-yard line, our 40,
Exactly. It was like same with
panic
the
mode.
49ers. It was same with the 49ers. As soon as they started to get their rhythm, it was like Dan Campbell said, "Oh no," and threw in the towel and said, "I've got to do everything I can to make sure because they're going to score every time they get the ball now." You can't have that mentality. You know what I mean? And even
I,
if you do, all the more reason to kick the field goal.
I do
not,
notice
not to
that
get back on that, but
Purdy stayed Purdy stays pretty calm. I mean, he did. I didn't see the same level of complete freaked outness
he
that I
does
saw
have that
from Goff.
same. He has that same baby face smile all the
Just
time, bro. No
it's,
matter
it's
what.
almost like on a spectrum or something. He's just so calm. Not saying he is, but I mean, he's just that. He's like, man. I mean, things are going crazy, and I mean, even when he's running, I mean,
Almost as if he expects everything that happens, good or bad, he expects. That's what his look is like. Like whatever's going to happen on this play, I'm ready for it. I'm expecting whatever is going to happen.
probably still in awe that he was the final player, and he's right there too. I mean, that's just got to be something. I mean,
Well, yeah, you
he's
got to have a
still
lot of
stunned.
humbleness there. Right, right. A lot of modesty. Exactly.
They should
He's
seriously give him a
he,
huge.
he
I know the NFL has
he's got a firm hooked up. You'll probably get this. Being a student of logic yourself. He got a
Sorry,
firm
I was
grip.
having some testing you guys and what you guys were getting.
He's got a firm grasp on where he sits on
I
the
have to
Dunning
agree.
Kruger slope.
Well,
in the
we're
You know,
not
like
going to talk about that.
no, like he knows right where he's at on the Dunning Kruger slope. He's very confident with his
I'll tell
own
you this.
wisdom.
I Yeah, I'll tell you this. I This game was so frustrating for me because it kind of almost felt like literally you could have inserted the Dolphins and it was like watching the Dolphins game all over again. Like I don't know about you, but that's exactly how it felt like to me.
I
Can
mean, to
y'all
be
hear me?
fair, Miss Fins,
yeah,
Can
to
y'all
be
hear me?
yeah,
fair,
Hello?
yeah. I'm
yeah, we
following you,
can.
and I agree.
To be fair, that's when you know
Thanks.
you're playing a Super Bowl champion. You know, so let's be real. There's a reason they're in the dance every year.
Like watching
I
somebody
mean,
ride a
dang, you're right,
unicycle
and
and
I
juggle
didn't
across
even
a
consider
tightrope,
that
and you're
at that
like,
moment when I was talking about it this morning. I was so pissed, man, because it really felt. I mean, they still managed to score 10 points, and we didn't. Still, I will still hold on to that 7 point bull, but the fact that it was literally, it felt like I'm like, oh my god, what the heck is happening? It's like I'm having flashbacks all over again, and I'm like, Kansas City is a piece of crap team. They're not even that freaking good this year. My God, what the heck, yo? And forget it. We know they're always gonna get all the calls. They're always gonna get everything. Like I don't care, whatever. Your play should still be able to elevate and still be able to do it. And look at that. Their defense completely shut down the Kansas City Chiefs in the second half, bro. Where the heck was his offense? Again, it's like I'm on repeat. It's like I'm on repeat. What happened? Like literally, what happened? Lamar. What? I was so pissed. But I'm not gonna lie to you, I was not gonna cave in, and I don't know if he's still listening or not. I doubt it because he still hasn't come in again. But I was not gonna give no ammunition to certain people. No, bro, I don't care about stats. And this is one thing that I have to tell everybody. I don't care about stats. I care about Super Bowls. I don't care who gets me there. You can go for 700 yards. If you're not scoring and we're not winning, who cares? Like, and that's the frustrating part. And it's like, Harbaugh, you McDaniel the crap out of this game, bro. How are you the number one rushing team? And Gus Edwards has got 3 carries. What the bleep are you doing, bro? I was so mad. I'm like, the whole time, I'm like, literally, that's why I cut it off. I was like, nope, forget it. fourth quarter, I got to one point. I'm like, I'm done. The minute, look, I'm not gonna lie to you. I tell you exactly. I'll tell you exactly the play that pissed me off so much. We were yelling so much at the TV, man. I almost broke my TV too, and I'm like, I'm not doing this. Like that fumble, that flipping fumble in the third quarter, yo. At the 1 yard line, I couldn't take it no more. I couldn't take it. And then I'm like, you know what? It's fourth quarter's coming up. Let's give him a chance. Okay, up defense. Way to make them punt. Good job. Okay, come on, Lamar. You got this. Let's go. You got this. You just need the touchdown. You are within striking distance, bro. Let's get this. Hell, let's just get a field goal if that's the case. To get it within 7. Come on, bro. Let's go. Let's go. What the heck happens? Interception. At that point, I'm like, I'm done. I'm done. I don't want to see none of it. I don't care. This game's over. I couldn't take it no more. I couldn't take it no more. That was your legacy moment. And guys, we pretend like Lamar's not gonna have other opportunities. Come on, he's way too young, way too talented, and that team is way too stacked not to have opportunities. But you're not guaranteed, and that's the whole point. And once that interception happened, I cut it off. I'm like, nope, nobody's watching this. We're done. I'm done. I could have just literally gone to the other room, but it was not gonna happen. I didn't want to hear it. I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to hear nobody's reaction. I was done. I was done with that game. It sucked because again, I'm having PTSD from the fact that our team did the exact same thing, and our offense, again, the offense, couldn't pull it through, and I'm just so mad. So yeah, that was where I was. But I mean, I
Games
feel
like
like I
these were
wasn't the
made
only one that
for,
felt that way either.
yeah, need a TV brick, which is a foam brick. It looks just like a brick, but it's made out of foam, and you throw it at the television.
Nice.
Well, with the TVs are made like these players in the NFL, bro. You throw them that fake ass brick, they're gonna pretend like, I'm out for six
You're
weeks.
right.
Like,
That
come
might
on, bro.
break a
So
new
hooked up
flimsy
Joe,
TV for a
Stop.
hooked
bit.
up
I can't even
Joe,
throw a fake the way the
hooked up Joe. I'm thinking of you don't make a
exactly.
TV. You don't make a TV a full touchscreen. That'd be way too expensive. But you can put sensors on the corners so that when you throw the foam brick at the TV and it
Fake
hits it,
shatter.
fake shatter. Exactly, man. Oh, that'd be so awesome, dude.
I'm sure there's like some way, some
We might
app
be
or
able to make
something
it
that can
happen.
do
We
that.
might be able to
But
make
nah,
it
bro, I
happen
can't.
with an Xbox Connect or something. Old
No, you
Xbox
don't need that.
Connect.
All
We
you
might be
need is
able
a
to.
vibration sensor. That could do that easy.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
We can
Hooked up
make it
to a
vibe.
Pi. No
Right,
problem.
we can make it vibe, pressure sensitive, all at the same time. Like so, it makes sure it reads it. You know what I mean?
Don't
A
fan
little.
Don.
Yeah,
Exactly. But
I think an Arduino and an infrared sensor can make that
hey,
happen, bro. What do you
no,
think?
that's smart.
Yeah.
Dolphin Don got it. I used to throw socks at the TV.
Bring the sock drawer into
That's
the
actually kind
room
of
with
smart.
you.
But this
Give
is
me
the
a rubber
problem
band, a
with these
paper
weak
clip,
ass
an
TVs
Arduino, and
nowadays.
an infrared sensor, and I can make it happen.
Shut the heck up.
Yeah,
Oh man.
The
But
Arduino
yeah,
and the
it's
infrared
been a little
sensor
bit.
is the
It was
rubber
just
band and paperclip of it, for sure. I mean, if you got an Arduino and an infrared
it's
sensor, you can bust out of prison with that.
good to know. It just is frustrating. That's all I gotta say. It's just frustrating. As football fans, as Dolphin fans, it's like watching it on replay. Like what? Like it was like watching it on replay. And then on top of it, I was so mad. I'm like, nope, we're not watching the Lions game until I feel like it. And then I'm like, okay, what quarter are they in? Midway through the first. Okay, fine, let's go. Like, I was pissed. I was
If you looked and
pissed.
the Lions were getting
It was
killed, you'd be
that
like,
bad.
I'm done for the
That can
day.
because nobody is trying to see stupid Kansas City again. Seriously. And it's just frustrating. And guys, we know what's going to happen. Here comes Kansas City Chiefs miraculously winning the Super Bowl. I don't even want to. I literally say I'm not watching the game. I'm not watching the game. The only way I watch this game is if the Lions somehow beat the 49ers. They didn't. I'm not watching the Super Bowl. I'm not watching the Super Bowl. Like, I refuse to watch the Super Bowl. It's garbage Super Bowl.
Yeah, I was saying
This is
unless
like,
there's a really killer party, I'm not. I don't know, man.
no, because usually we
But I'd like
host
the truth.
giant parties. I'm not doing that this year. It's not going to happen. I don't even want to see anybody during the Super Bowl. Like, I'm so mad. You don't understand how huge of parties we throw.
I'm so off of this game, Miss
And
Vince. I don't even know if I'm gonna show up next week. Just kidding.
I don't even want to watch it.
It's gonna be the shortest show in the history of League Wide Wednesday next Wednesday.
Man, we
No.
padded this show good for only like a couple games.
I know, right? It's still almost 2 hours.
Yeah, man, we know how to go off on a tangent. On that
Eh,
note, I am going to have to go because my
Well,
poor
that's
wife,
League
I've
Wide Wednesday
neglected
for
her
you.
long enough. So I appreciate y'all having me up.
Shame on you. Shame on you,
Thanks,
Joe.
Joe.
No, just kidding. Well, shout out to your wife for putting up with you. There you go. I
Yeah,
give her
I
some
feel
love.
guilty.
I
Oh
appreciate
yeah,
you,
that's
buddy.
for
Thank you
sure.
for coming up here, anyways.
Thank you. Thank y'all. Thanks, chat. See
Yeah,
y'all.
Oh,
thank you,
wait.
Joe.
Before you go, real quick. Two
Ciao.
seconds. 2 seconds, real quick. You still
Oh,
there or no? 2 seconds.
yeah.
I forgot because
Yeah, I'm still
just
here.
to be
One,
funny,
two.
uh, Color, shut up. For our pickums for the flat football game coming up next week, you think it's gonna be AFC or it's gonna be NFC that's gonna win the game?
Oh, AFC all the way. We're going to go with AFC. Is there an
Yeah, me
NFC?
AFC.
too.
Okay. Yeah, they got a couple people I think that are gonna show up. Maybe. So
I
yeah,
think
I'm
we
gonna
got
go
the
with.
best flag
Okay.
football
So I
quarterback in the
got you
league.
for the AFC then.
That was a good caller. Okay, I'm gonna head out on that note. You're great. Both of you are. That was great.
I love it.
Cheers.
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate you.
I mean, not gonna lie, I'd love
Of
to play
course.
backyard football with Tua. He's like he definitely can throw it and all that. It's just, so can I. I mean, that don't make me. I'll stop. I'm sorry.
We'll see, but we got it's okay. We got the Pro Bowl, aka flag football.
I'm gonna give a little
Um,
preview for next week's impact players for the
I'm
Super
taking the
Bowl.
AFC too. I think. Yeah.
So,
No, no,
Miss
no, no,
Fins,
no, no, no,
I'm
no,
gonna give
no,
a
no, no, no,
little,
no. We gotta.
just a
No, no,
sneak
no, no, no,
preview.
no, no, no,
Just
no,
this.
no. We gotta. No, 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 no. No,
All
no, no,
right,
no, no,
no,
no,
no,
no,
no, no,
no.
no, 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 no,
We
no,
gotta.
no, no,
We
no.
gotta hold. Yeah, I know.
Dan Marino is gonna win the skill competition because that's the only one I'm gonna watch is
I
reruns of 1994.
don't. I'm not gonna lie to you. Dan Marino's just on a whole nother level. Did you see in the last nobody? I don't think in
I saw
that
that live.
skill competition. I don't think nobody hit it while it was moving, and it was like
Miss Fins,
50, 60 yards.
yeah,
I was
that meme
like,
you're talking about. I watched that show live when I was a kid. I
mhm,
saw that happen live.
damn, for
I
real.
saw the whole show that year. Yeah, I watched all of it, the whole show live, and it wasn't just that throw. He was dropping balls into the moving basket like it was nothing, man. From like downfield, it's like, oh geez, yeah.
Greatest quarterback of all time, Dan Marino. I don't care what nobody tells me. He may not have been the
And
most
remember,
winningest quarterback, but
remember,
when you
and
take
remember,
30 years to break 30 years and new laws to break your records, bro, you the man.
right,
That's why it's Dan the man
and remember that throw was the last throw, his last
of the whole
chance,
thing.
and he had to have the bullseye on the far target, and he dropped back, threw it, and nailed it like like it was clockwork. It's like, geez, man,
I'm
that is
like,
some close throwing right there.
I love you, Dan. I love you.
It's so pretty.
God.
It's
If he
so
would have
pretty.
won
It is,
just
I could
one,
watch that over and over again, Miss Vince.
if
I
he
could
could
watch
have
that
just won
meme
one,
forever.
I just want to win one so we can give him his Super Bowl ring that he deserves. Well, just one time. If the Dolphins could have just one time I've won with him, man.
One more, one more, one more, one more.
I almost straight up, I'm not gonna lie, I would be willing to sign him for a 1 day contract if we ever did make the Super Bowl. Have him as a backup QB, not the third string, backup QB, and be like, listen, homie, we're already winning this game. We're putting in Dan Marino. And then I'm gonna be like, I don't want nobody. I'm only gonna have two. I'm gonna run a two tight end set, put 7 guys on the line. We're gonna absolutely cover this man. And I swear to God that if anybody even sniffs Dan Marino's body, you're getting cut the same day. I don't care if we win the Super Bowl. You better hold up and let that man rip it. And I promise you that man right now, I don't even know how old he is. He can go for 50 on his knee right now. Nobody can tell me or argue with me otherwise. That man can throw a dime right now. That's all I need you to do. Give me 2 out routes. Let's go. Maybe give me a post and give me an out and let's go. That's it. And I'm running that two tight end set, 2 out on the outside. Boom. And let's do it. That's all I want. And I want nothing but max protection. Max protection. We're building the biggest bubble. Bro, you don't think the opposing team are like, wait, is that really Dan Marino? Am I gonna be able to tell my grandkids that I play with Dan Marino? Granted, obviously it's gonna be like what? I'll play, but still. I'd be like, bro, I get it, you're not supposed to like tank or nothing, but I'm not gonna go ham on Dan Marino. I respect the man too much. And and yeah, I would be like, I'm gonna tackle, but I'm not gonna tackle. You know what I mean? Like, out of respect, like you just can't. You know what I mean? You just can't. I like no. If it was Emmett Smith behind him, I'd be like, okay, guys, listen. If I'm there on the line and he hasn't called her yet, I'd be like, guys, we're gonna come through, but we're not gonna go to him. We just gotta make it look hard. So please, let's sell it. Okay? You know what I mean? And I'm all for
By the way,
selling it.
that alarm means it's time to end the show.
Yes, it does actually. That's exactly
Does it
why I put
really?
it.
Oh my god,
Yes,
you're
I
funny.
put it on purpose
You're so
because
regimented
hmm I have to
and
be. You know what I mean?
organized. I wish I was as organized as you. That's been my problem in life. That's probably why we get along. Opposites attract because like you're
Yin
really
and
highly
yang, man.
organized, and I'm like the opposite of highly organized.
I wouldn't say I'm super highly overly OCD organized. I'm not. But there's certain things that I use to help me stay on track. So that's all. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming through. Guess what? This is season 2, episode 22. 22. Hashtag Taylor Swift. Shout out to Taylor Swift. But yeah, I'm going AFC. I think it's gonna be 67-35 in flag football game. Color, who do you got?
I'm going AFC, I guess. Like
And your score?
98-72.
I like that. I like that.
And I know people think we're joking, but it's a flag football game, and it's like I think they score just to make the crowd happy. So yeah, it could be basketball type score.
Hey, they better score to make the crowd happy. Are you kidding me? That's the whole point of them being
I
there.
mean, yo, put it
Shoot.
this way. I mean, think
So
about
yeah.
this. Tua put up 70 points in a real NFL game. Well, why don't you think he can do 98 in a flag football game.
Exactly. Which I just saw on Twitter. Somebody was out and Gardner Minch. Josh Allen will not be attending the Pro Bowl because he wasn't invited.
Oh, good for him.
Oh no, I'm just saying that was a burn because he
Now
wasn't
I
even
know for
invited.
all those people like crypto out there, I know Tua did not score 70 points. I know it was a collective effort, but I'm just pointing out that a team with Tua on it scored 70 in a real football game. So I don't know. I'm thinking that bodes well for the AFC and the
So in
flag
a not
football
so
game
real
this year.
football game. I mean, it's
Exactly
still a
where
real
like
football game. It's just
I mean the defenders don't even touch the
how
receivers.
did we
It's like
make this a
it's total
2 hour
show.
show, bro? What the? I can't.
I know,
It just
especially
goes to
talking
show
about the
these
Pro
women we
Bowl.
really
Huh. Oh, you notice, and they don't call it the
they
Pro
coming
Bowl
into
anymore. They don't call it the Pro Bowl anymore.
pro
They
games,
call it the Pro Bowl games. Exactly right. Like it's an Olympic festival or something.
bro. It's just a vacation. That's all it is. It's just a vacation.
And they don't even
And
do it in
now it
Hawaii
used to be in
anymore.
Hawaii, but now they're like that's too expensive. So
I
Orlando,
know.
it
Isn't
is.
that isn't that some bit of irony though? Tua makes it to the Pro Bowl as a starter, and they're not even playing in Hawaii. That
Damn.
could have been a that could have been a really cool story for the Pro Bowl weekend. You know what I mean? Like,
They would have had
you
the
know,
biggest attendance in their entire life. They would have
uh-huh.
had to have put it at like the University of
Yep,
Hawaii. They would have had to have done it there for the
yep.
amount of
And
people that would have
all
shown
them
up.
people coming from all the other islands would have showed up. You know what I mean?
The whole Pacific would have been there. All of it. So yeah, I'm telling you right now,
They could have called it. They could have called it the Ring of Fire games.
it's very interesting. It's gonna be interesting, but I expect the AFC to destroy, in my opinion, and I expect our team to, I expect our team to be the best.
Do you mean better than all the rest?
Yeah,
Better than anyone?
yeah,
Better than everything?
yeah,
So simply the best.
exactly.
Okay, I just want to make sure
Yeah.
we're on the right page.
We're definitely on the right page. We're on the right page, the right chord, the right chorus, the right verse, the right line. Ladies and gentlemen, we just have fun over here. Obviously, League Wide Wednesday. We still got more League Wide Wednesday for this regular season, guys. I appreciate all of you guys coming through, guys. If you can do me a favor, hit that like button on your way out. I appreciate it. It really helps out the channel, honestly. And you know what? The more likes you guys get, the more chances you get to see Color here. He only works for likes because this is him doing charity on the channel. Since we don't make no money. So I appreciate you donating your time, sir. So he works hard for the likes, hard for the likes. So if you ever
Especially the likes.
better, then yeah, he
I'll
works
take
hard
a
for
dislike, but I really like that kind of jingles.
it. Anyways, Color, this is gonna be very interesting. At the end of the day, I think all of the world and America was very disappointed. It wasn't a Ravens Lions game. All the bandwagon fans that don't even know football, yeah, they're happy to see the 49ers. Yeah, they're happy to see Kansas City Chiefs, whatever, blah. But to me, Niners win, just to go a little ahead. Niners win. They got their sixth Super Bowl, and they're going to join the ranks of the Pittsburgh Steelers and then the Patriots, being the third team ever to have six Super Bowls. The only reason why a lot of people, are going for that, especially in their West Coast, is because of that. You know what I mean, and what they were able to accomplish. The fact that Brock Purdy is Mr. Irrelevant. You know what I mean. It'll be the first time ever that the lowest drafted player ever. I mean, you can't get any lower than undrafted, obviously. But Kurt Warner, what's up? But as far as like the lowest drafted player, that's never happened before. Um, So that will be pretty interesting. Obviously, nobody wants to see Kansas City, and by nobody I mean anybody outside of the state of Kansas and the state of Missouri. Um, yeah, so we'll see. But right now we got the pro games. Are you gonna watch it? Probably not.
No.
Yeah, I'm like, I might just catch the highlights here and there. That's it. Uh, that's pretty much it. So, but anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming through. We really do appreciate it. You guys are the best. Keep hitting that like button, keep subscribing, keep sharing, keep letting everybody else know. This is League Wide Wednesday where we have fun and honestly go off the rails all the time. Like 2 games happen, still 2 hours of entertainment for you guys. You know, one of these days we'll manage to get it to 1 hour. When that will be, the Lord only knows. So, anyways, Color, fans, everybody, thank you so much for coming through. Real quick, guys, also, too, like I said, we are having Nick Needham's mom. I'm going to drop the little thingy here for everybody to see. Nick Needham's mom will be here live on Friday, guys. So she's going to come over again. We're so blessed to have her again, man. Like, this is, very rare that you get the opportunity to talk to a current player's mom. And I'm so happy and blessed to have her. So shout out to her. Very, very exciting. And looking forward to that. From Color to me, thank you so much, guys. Take care and bye-bye.